Today I'm going to show you how to solve literal equations. Solve the equation 2y plus 5x equals 6 for y. So we want to get y by itself. I'm just going to underline it, okay? So 2y plus 5x equals 6 is the original problem. I'm going to split the equation with the equal sign. I need to get y by itself, so I'm saving that for last. So I'm going to do the opposite of plus 5x, so the inverse is minus 5x. What you do to one side, you do to the other. So now on the left side, I'm left with 2y. On the right side, 6 minus 5x. And then I divide by 2. 2 divided by 2, I'm just left with y. And divided by 2. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. Minus, you can keep 5 over 2x, or you could say 2.5x, either way. So here's my answer. Y equals 3 minus 5 over 2x. Let's try another one. Once again, we're solving the equation for y, so we want to get y by itself. So I'm going to split the equation. The opposite of minus x is plus x. So now I could bring that over to the right side. So I'm left with 5y on the left side and then 10 plus x on the right side. I'm going to divide by 5. Divide by 5. So y equals 10 divided by 5 is 2 plus, remember we put a 1 in front of the x, so you could say it's 1/5 x. So y equals 2 plus 1/5 x. Let's try this one. Once again, we're going to solve for y. So we're going to save the variable for last. So right now the 4x is positive. So we're going to do minus 4x. Minus 4x. So on the left side, I'm left with negative 4y equals 1 minus 4x. Then I'm going to divide by negative 4, divide by negative 4. So I'm left with y equals 1 divided by negative 4 is negative 1/4. And then negative 4 divided by negative 4 is 1x. So my answer is y equals negative 1/4 plus x. Okay, now we get a little bit harder. So we have this formula for the surface area S of a cone, and they give you the formula. So S equals pi times radius squared plus pi times radius times the slant height, which looks like that. So we're going to solve the formula for the slant height, so I'm just going to underline it. So once again, I'm going to split at the equal sign. I want to bring over all of the pi r squared. So the opposite of positive pi r squared is minus pi r squared. Minus pi r squared. This one just looks a little strange, but we're going to be doing it the same way. So that cancels out on the right side. So on the left side, I'm left with s minus pi times radius squared equals pi times radius times the slant height. I want to get the slant height by itself. So the opposite of multiplying pi times radius is dividing pi times radius. Dividing pi times radius. So pi over r divided by pi over r, you have 1. So you're left with 1 as the slant height. And then here's my answer. S minus pi r squared divided by pi r equals the slant height. That's the way you leave it. It looks strange, but that's your answer. Here we have area equals 1/2 base times height. That's the formula for area of a triangle. So I'm just going to rewrite it. Okay, I want to get h by itself. So in order to clear the fraction, I'm going to divide by 1/2, which is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. So multiplying by 2 over 1. That all equals 1. Multiply by 2 over 1. So on my left side, I have 2a equals b times h. I want to save H for last. So how am I going to get H by itself? The opposite of multiplying B times H is dividing by B. Dividing by B. So now I have H by itself. So my answer is 2A over B equals H. That's your answer. Here's another one. Surface area of a cylinder. Okay, so I want to get H by itself. I'm just going to underline it. So let me just rewrite it. S equals 2 pi radius squared plus 2 pi radius height, and I want to get the height by itself. So we're going to do the same thing, minus the opposite of positive 2 pi r squared, because we want to be left with the variable H by itself. So it's minus 2 pi r squared minus 2 pi r squared on the left side. So this cancels out. So on the left side, you're left with S minus 2 pi r squared. And on the right side, I have 2 pi radius height. Okay, so now I want to get H by itself. So I'm going to divide by 2 times pi times radius. That all equals 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Pi divided by pi is 1. R divided by r is 1. So what you do to one side, you do to the other. So that is your answer. S minus 2 pi r squared over 2 pi r equals H. So here is your answer here. Okay, let's try another one. This one should be easier. Okay, so we have area equals base times height. So we want to get B by itself. That's right. We want to divide by H. Divide by H. So A over H equals B. That's it. Okay, here we have the Celsius formula. Celsius equals 5/9, and then times quantity, F minus 32. So we want to solve the formula for F. We want to get F by itself. So let me rewrite the formula here. So 5/9 F minus 32. Okay, we want to get F by itself. So the first thing I have to do is clear the 5/9. So I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. So times 9/5. What you do on one side, you do to the other, times 9/5. So now we're left with 9/5 C equals F minus 32. Now how are we going to get the F by itself? We're going to add 32. What you do to one side, you do to the other. So it's 9/5 Celsius plus 32 equals Fahrenheit. That's your answer. So now we can find the answer if we are given Celsius, what the Fahrenheit is. Okay, I hope you enjoyed your video on literal equations. Have a great day.